It's an exciting day in the studio. A friend from a long time ago. Adam, we first met in jail, man. How cool is that?
It did. And the good thing is we got to leave together, too.
We did. Skipping, frolicking our way out. Adam Martin with F5 and also a new company, Hubba Hubba. I love that, Adam.
Yeah.
Tell people who you are. Tell them why you're here.
So I'm the executive director of F5 Project. That's how I know Erik. We didn't go to jail literally together, but we did.
We did.
To teach and educate and then leave together. But I have heard that, friends go bail you out of jail, but best friends go to jail with you. So
best friends forever. I didn't even get you a bracelet. We're off to a really rocky start.
So what we do is we do housing and transitional services for people coming out of prison, jail, now treatment centers and detoxes and homeless shelters. So it's kind of, if you have a felony background or if you don't, like people have been seeking us out.
If you fallen on hard times, you're there to help pick people up, man.
That's the goal.
I tell you, some of my favorite memories, I got to be a part of like the start of F5. You started it and I just got to come along and like help out in the jail and speak to some guys. And that was so powerful for me, Adam, simply because I had built up this false assumption of that there's this stark difference between the people who were wearing the jumpsuits and me who got to live this great life. And it's like, nah. Their decisions and my decisions have both led us to some crap, and they just got caught a little quicker than I did.
I think that sometimes people think that, like, with F5, you have to have, like, some kind of background, like, on paper to go in and be a speaker. Granted, COVID happened. We're not doing it right now. We will. But the three best speakers we ever had was Erik Hatch, Mark Lindquist, and Troy Cody. And the reason I say that is because of the response that the inmates had after you guys were done. There was nobody talking while you guys were speaking. There was no disruptions. Everyone was glued. And the cool thing is not one of you could go in there and say, I'm a felon. Right? Maybe you didn't get caught. Right?
Yeah.
Who know? Nobody. You can't do a Google search on stuff you weren't caught for. You know what I mean? So, but I just want to say thank you. For coming in, because there's a lot of lives that have changed through speaking.
Well, Adam, I've watched you progress and develop as a businessman, as an entrepreneur, as somebody who's investing in the community. And sure enough, here you are again. You found one of your guys that has gone and turned his life around and done amazing things. And I know you've been a part of that walk. And you and Dan now are doing snow removal and spring cleanup and all those things. Give us some details, and Dan, move up to the mic too, because we're going to bring you on too.
Yeah. So the first thing that I noticed about Dan is that he was showing up to things that he didn't have to show up to. Right. That's a big piece to me, is that, you get those people that work for you and they'll say things like, that's not in my job description, or, you know what I mean? They'll see something that needs to be done and they'll just walk past it. I can't stand Dan's never been one of those people. So when he was coming to like the F5 house meetings or the F5 events or whatever, it was there to be of service and be, to his fellow man, right? And then we did this entrepreneur training, and Dan signed up for it and showed up to the class. And I'll tell you, the kicker for me was I test my guys, right? So Dan had started a business, and I walked out of the room and I called his phone and pretended to be a client, and I wanted to see what he did. He dropped what he was doing and he ran out of the room. He ran so he could talk to the person on
Something
the phone.
you and I don't do. There's no running here.
Last time I ran was from the cops, man. He ran and he took like what was going to be the order for, landscaping or snow removal.
Yep.
And then he figured, we all started laughing. He turned around and he noticed it was me. And he just came back to the class and you know what I mean? Like it was I just wanted to see, and that's who Dan Coleman is with Dakota Property Services.
Well, Dan, step up to the mic. Tell us who you are. Tell us how you ended up now doing snow removal, lawn care, all that fun stuff.
I just got an itch one day. I was actually sitting in my car on lunch working for somebody else, and I got approved for an Amazon card. I was going to buy some cool stuff for my car and go that route, and something clicked in my brain that, how can I make money off this? So I started last fall, and I bought a power washer off Amazon. Started a little company. It wasn't going very well. I kind of revamped a few things, renamed it, and just kind of hit the ground running, making connections with good people, like just trying to go above and beyond, and, also give back, hire people and give them the opportunity that people gave me.
Yeah, well, full transparency for those listening. Again, we have Dan Coleman with Dakota Property Services and Adam Martin, who's trying to take all the credit and doing none of the work in studio with us. I got to tell you, I got connected. I put the feeler out there in Facebook, and I'm like, I need somebody to do some snow removal for me for some properties that I own and also for my own personal house. And I landed on and committed to working with Dakota Property Services and Dan. What makes your service unique, awesome, different, special, anything like that?
Right now, I hire out of treatment facilities. I give people chances. I'm a recovering addict myself. And the people that gave me the opportunity, like Adam, like my other bosses, Terry Lebo is one of them. Just it really inspired me to give other people the chance. You know, it's really something that's one of the core values of Dakota Property Services.
So really, you're giving people second chances in a world in which, I mean, the work is tough, the hours are brutal, and then there's also times when you're sitting around not doing anything, right? Like, how are you building a business in terms of? I know how you're building it on staffing, and it looks like you're taking people that have fallen on hard times and are struggling, and there's community in that, isn't there, Dan?
Oh, definitely. Yep.
How are you now building on the client side? What are you doing to nab some clients besides showing up on real estate radio?
Facebook advertising has been huge. Sharing it to marketplace groups, and word of mouth. They say it's the best, but the slowest. But it actually goes pretty quick here in Fargo.
You know, it does. It really does. This is a community, and I've seen firsthand. Adam, I want to bring you back in. Adam, we were shocked. At least I was shocked when F5 first started, because I'm like, I had a heart for people that have struggled and want to give them a second chance. But frankly, I had this assumption that most of the world would give a big middle finger and say like, sorry, dude, you've burned your chances. It's not there. Haven't you been surprised at how it's been embraced for the most part by this community?
Not on Facebook.
Well, you mean it's a troll?
It's exactly that way. Because I've met with people that, you know, I thought were that way because of their Facebook, right? Like how they talk about felons or homeless people. And then you meet with them and they're just I've seen them give more second chances as employers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To whatever the reason, it doesn't matter. And like, you know, the game changer for Dan is that he's not just giving second chances. He's helping like destroy collateral damages of being locked up. Like a guy getting out and getting a job right away and being able to have money to like pay his child support, right? There's like, I don't even know what you call it. It's like anti-collateral damages, things like consequences that happen when you do good things. And so with Dakota Property Services, I just put a feeler out there and people like, it just boomed, right? Like it just started, and I'm going to take the credit for I'm just kidding. So it's cool watching it from, I think from my perspective, like it made sense with all the effort that me and my team were putting in, that we were growing. So it's cool watching someone else do that effort and watching it grow and like paying it forward, you know, to him. It's kind of, I would imagine it's kind of like, you know, how my mentor felt when I started, you know what I mean? So it's kind of, I like it. It's really cool. North Dakota's great. And the word of mouth is super, the word of math. That's really what it is.
Word of mouth,
multiplication, you know, but if you do one bad job, like that'll go even faster. So the fact that you're growing shows that there's not bad words going around about you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it only takes one or two people to do that. Because that's technically 4 to 8 jobs that potentially could have been there.
No doubt. Well, we have a pretty amazing community that's fueled by grace. And it doesn't always show up on Facebook and it doesn't show up on Twitter, but it's showing up in the actions of how people are interacting. And that gives me a lot of faith in what's to come. Dan, I love the fact that you're betting on yourself. To be completely transparent, today's the first day I've met you, and you're betting on you. You're taking big swings, and you're giving other people chances. Where did that come from you? Because that's not a natural thing right away. That's something that is I think learned or developed over time.
To be honest, just going through the system, the court system, being in recovery, failing so many times myself, and then now that I am where I am, I know that there's potential in everybody. So it's worth giving somebody a try.
Yeah, man. I love that. If people want to learn more about Dakota Property Services, how do they find you?
You can go on Facebook and search at DPS Lawn. I got a Facebook page. I'm working on a website right now. You can give me a call, 701-339-2063. Shoot me a text, call me, whatever you got to do.
Perfect. And folks, if you don't remember that, just contact us at Hatch Realty. We'll get you connected right away. Adam and Dan, great to have you in studio. Folks, we're going to go to break, but in the meantime, head over to hatchrealty.com and take a look at your next new house that's waiting there, calling your name. This is Real Estate Radio with Erik Hatch.